Did they even play the game? Oh, death. Oh, fuck. Won't you spare me the pain of ever watching this piece of shit again? You know the Until Dawn movie we deserved, and this is how it would have gone. Uh, if Sony and PS4 had hired a filmmaker that was clearly in love with the source material and wanted to make the uh, definitive Until Dawn movie as a love letter to the fans, this is how it would have gone. Well, it would have kept the same story and characters as the game and exact same locations, included the major iconic beats of the story, but fixed the minor shortcomings of the game, like, well, have more flashbacks with Hannah and Beth for us to get to know them better. Give Jess and Matt more screen time. Give Jess and Ashley a kick-ass moment together. Have all the characters in the Peanut Gallery take on the Wendigo in the final climax, and not just Sam and Mike. But no, Sony and PlayStation, they chose to be a bunch of greasy, money thieving con artists with this movie, and they were just like, let's just make the cheapest and laziest horror flick and just put Until Dawn's name on it just because it's a popular game, so we can steal moviegoers' money. Greenlight. Until Dawn. Oh no, sorry, I refuse to call this shit Until Dawn. No, this is underwhelming dumpster fire. Yes, because this game is Until Dawn, not the shitty movie. Directed, well, directed is, a vast overstatement, by David F. Sandberg, director of the Shazam duology, which was a superb. What the fuck happened, David? How you dropped the ball, Buzzy, more than you know, and tells the story. Oh, it thinks it's based on the game. It thinks it's adaptating the game when it doesn't at all. It deceives you into thinking you're getting an Until Dawn story, but it's just these bunch of new forgettable characters whose names I've forgotten already. Well, aside from Clover, the main character, who her sister has disappeared a year ago, and so she and her pals journey up to this haunted lodge in summertime. Yes, summer. It's that stupid. They couldn't even get the season right. Until Dawn, it's supposed to take place in winter. Where did the snow go? And this creep Hill, played by Peter Stormare, the one actor from the game who is in this movie. He sends them up there, and it turns out there's more to him than they think. And then the threat that the group faces, that they constantly die over and over again. Yeah, it's that repetitive as fuck, and they have to survive until dawn. Get it? And they encounter butchered versions of the Wendigos along the way, and blah blah blah. This is more like a prequel to the original Until Dawn story. So why the hell did they even call it Until Dawn? Why did they waste our time and make the prequel in movie form? Couldn't they have done that in game form? That would have been way more satisfying to play through that. This is before the original Until Dawn story. Well, they could have called it Until Sunrise. So yeah, I feel completely and utterly stabbed in the back right now by Sony and PlayStation, because I put this movie in my top 5 most anticipated movies of the year, but But what a fool I was to do so. You know, I feel like going on as big a rant right now as Sally, Charlie Brown's sister, did when Linus tricked her into thinking the Great Pumpkin was real. You can see why there was barely any marketing for this train wreck. And as when we got the trailer and I saw it, it did not look anything like the game. They completely changed it. I was like, what the fuck is this? So they just made every other horror movie ever and put the Until Dawn title on it. So the movie instantly was off my most anticipated movies list, and my anticipation for it dramatically decreased to the point where my anticipation was below zero. And or and yeah, it doesn't surprise me this movie is failing a harder financially. This is gonna be a colossal box office bomb like the Snow White remake, and I can see many empty showings because there's only one showing in at my nearest cinema at like 8 o'clock at night. So who can make that seriously? But my goodness, but I still think some people are being too generous to this, and I can't believe some people defend it from being different to the game, because a lot of critics I've seen who have reviewed this movie have never played the game. Aside from Chris Stuckman, he played the game, but those who haven't played the game, they will be more accepting that this movie is different from the source material. But to those who played the game nearly 10 years ago, like myself, after my good pal Stephen Mead, Quantity 5, showed me the game, then you are going to despise this pile of shit. This movie is a freaking train wreck until disaster. It's yeah, I mean, it made my very skin crawl. It is that painfully shit. It is inferior to the game it's based on in every way, shape, and form, in characters and story and themes, in pacing, in everything. Until Dawn deserves way better than this, and why didn't they just get the original cast back? Hayden Panettiere herself said she would be honoured to play Sam in an Until Dawn movie, and she's still young enough, she's still just the right age. And I still need to play the PS5 remake of Until Dawn that released in October last year, and I don't think the PS4 version is going to be perfect because Jason Graves doesn't return to compose the score and they removed the iconic Death song. I'm sure I will have a far more jolly good time with that PS5 remake than with this. This is a absolute disgrace to the source material. At least the Minecraft movie, say what you want about it, was a love letter to Minecraft, and it lived up to the Minecraft name for the most part, and it was fun. I would take even Borderlands over this piece of shit, and I hated every single replacement character in this thing. Like, none of them anywhere remotely as memorable as the original game characters. The most boring most boring stock characters that are just there to die in a horror film and react to the cheapest, most predictable jump scares. Jump scares are so choppy, I was tearing out my hair. My god, why was an Until Dawn movie made this lazily? Just shows that they didn't give a fuck. And is this the worst movie of 2025? Hell yes, it is. And they changed the Wendigo lore. Seriously, the Wendigos become Wendigo because they resort to eating human flesh and resort to cannibalism. But this movie, sorry, changed it to the Wendigos will become the Wendigos for a totally dumb reason. Not to mention the Wendigos, didn't scare me in this movie whatsoever. Whereas in the game, I mean, they are the kind of video game antagonists that will have every gamer hiding behind the sofa. They they were the go-to video game monsters. And the cheap in Easter eggs to the game were so, pretentious. The movie was saying, sorry, we couldn't be asked to make the actual game into a movie, but here are some little Easter eggs to distract you from that. Oh, fuck you, movie. You ain't fooling me. You are a bad movie in disguise. And, yeah, and the pacing was tiresome to get through because none of the pathetic scares landed for me, and I was just waiting for it to be over. Like I was trapped in one of my own nightmares or something, and the fact that the characters constantly die over and over again and come back to life, that is, that completely robs the story of all its tension and all its stakes. The suspenseful thing about the game was that it was a decision-based game. You had control over who lived and who died. And if you lost a character, you permanently lost them, adding some real danger to the narrative. Whereas in this shitty movie, there is no suspense because you don't feel like there's any real death in this story, especially in a 15 rated horror. You'd think they would be able to, up the stakes, but no, they sugarcoat the fuck out of it, and the ending, kind of go a fuck itself. It's just the characters driving off into the sunset when dawn arrives, and I'm like, do I care? Nope, because the game actually had a powerful, poignant ending with all the characters being traumatized with what they've been through that night when they were being interviewed by the cops with the Josh's lodge destroys. This movie doesn't have anything like that. Won't some studios get it? Movie adaptations of video games that's a straight oofar from the source material never work. Until Disgrace is my least favorite movie of 2025. I hated it. I will play the game multiple more times in my life, but will never even think about the movie again. I employ all those who have love and respect for the game, never watch this or give this movie any of your time or money. It is the biggest waste. I give underwhelming dumpster fire 0 stars out of 5. Fuck this movie. Rant juice is very much needed right now. Oh, the pain. It feels eternal. I mean, if you are an Until Dawn fan, I completely feel the fucking pain that you are feeling. Well, at least we have the possibility of an Until Dawn movie done right in the future. That it's not too late, and plus we could still get a great Detroit Become Human movie or Red Dead Redemption movie, and we now have GTA 6 to look forward to in 2026. I mean, it's been pushed back to an extra 6 months, but we've waited first thing is that we can easily waste a little longer. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this extreme rant. And what are your thoughts on the Until Dawn movie? And who is with me that it is vastly inferior to the game? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.